Good morning. What a surprise, snow on Easter Sunday in April. Yes, it has. It has, but what a surprise. So I want to welcome everyone this morning. We are few, but we are mighty. And so I'm thinking of all that food that's downstairs. So I just want to welcome everyone and to remind you that on the back table we have prayer request forms. So if there's anything that you want us to celebrate with you or anything that is heavy on your heart, if you would fill out a prayer request form and put it in the prayer box, Reverend Yvonne and I will pray with you and for you all week. Also on the back table, I think there's some forms if you want to be added to our mailing list. That being said, again, I want to tell you welcome and happy Easter. I hope the Easter Bunny was good to you. And I think we have some music now.
One love, one heart, let's get together and feel alright. Hear the children crying, one love, hear the children crying, one heart, saying give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Let's get together and feel alright. Let it all pass, all this limited thinking. One love. There is one question I would truly love to ask. One heart. Is there a chance for the negative thinker who would hurt all mankind just to save his own beliefs? One love. What about the one heart? One heart. Oh, let's get together and feel alright. One love. What about the one heart? One heart. Oh, give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Let's get together and feel alright. Let's get together and raise our vibration. One love. Now that love's come, there can be no doom. One song. Hold them in grace, all those lights who grow dimmer, for there's no hiding place from the spirit of creation. Whoa. One love. What about the one heart? One heart. Let's get together and feel alright, as it was in the beginning. One love. So shall it be in the end. One heart. Let's give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Let's get together and feel alright.
Beautiful, thank you. And so before we move to our prayer for the children, I would like to welcome all the people who have joined us online as well. Sharon and Paul, Judy, Cynthia, Gray Wolf, Mary, welcome. We're glad you're all with us. Whoever else is there whose names I don't have, thank you for joining us this morning. So I'd like to ask you now to join me in blessing our children, and this blesses all the children of the world and the child within each one of us. So if you would join me in this blessing. We see you, who you really are. made in the image and likeness of God. We cherish you, we support you, and we love you. And so in this space, let us move now into the silence, into our heart space, and know that there is only one life, one love, one power, one presence. It is known by many names: Atman, Great Spirit, God, and many other names. I know that each of us is one with that divine presence. It's in its essence that we live and breathe and have our being. One with the one with health and wholeness, one with love and light, one with peace and joy, one with compassion and abundance. There is absolutely nothing outside of God, and we are one with it. So as I speak my word this day, for today and for the week and for the upcoming time, I speak it knowing truly God is active and present within each one of us, that God is our strength. It supports us, it enlivens us, it fills us up and spills over. I know that each person we meet is a child of God, that the love that we share is divine love, that health and wholeness and prosperity are our divine right, and I claim that for each of us now. And I am so grateful. I am grateful for the powerful presence of Spirit in our lives this day and every day. I am grateful for the light and the love and the peace and the joy and the laughter that we get to share. I am grateful for each and every person who has joined us today. I simply say, thank you, God, as I release this word now to the perfect working of the perfect law that always, always, and only says yes. Please join me in affirming, and so it is. Amen.
One love, one heart, let's get together and feel alright. One love, one heart, give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright.
Thank you so much. Red Star, Laura, Dawn, and Audie, thank you for being here, lifting us up with your music. Yes. We appreciate that so much. We don't have any lights here. They're back there. Yep, there you go. I need light so I can see who's out here in front of me. Praise the Lord. It's wonderful to see all you all today, and it's wonderful to be part of this blessing of this rising up, this new dawn of life that we celebrate on Easter. So happy Easter to everyone. At Dances of Universal Peace on Wednesday night, our leader asked those of us who were there, what did Easter mean to us? What does that mean to us? And it was so beautiful to hear what individuals were sharing, everything from when we were children, what it meant, and how we might have come into this awakening at a later date than in our childhood, and just all of these things, because it's such a richness, and we know that the richness that we carry within us, we are the authors of. Not someone else, not something else, but we get to embody and embrace that which fills us either with joy or with dread. We get to choose. We get to choose. And one of the things that came up for me was I was so glad to let go of the pain and of the story of the pain and the sacrifice and the horrific acts that took place at Easter, because I was unable to, in the years I was growing up and embodying that part of this story. I'm not saying it's not the story, it's part of this story. I was unable to move into that richness, the richness of the resurrection of life, the resurrection that each one of us can experience. And not just on Easter morning. This is, I think, the only holiday we celebrate that starts the moment the dawn breaks. Does it not? At sunrise. And my friend I was speaking to this morning, my beloved friend, said, she was talking about sunrise services and how she loved to see the sunrise. And she said, it doesn't represent the sunrise hope to her. It represents the expression of new life. That which we've already hoped for is being expressed as the sun breaks over the mountains or over the plains or over the water. As we get to glimpse that newness of the day, it's that resurrection of life. Oh, it's so exciting. It's so exciting. And as Reverend Linda said, we're having white rain here. Some people call it snow. It's beautiful, though. It's beautiful. So at Easter time, we can take a new look at ourselves and contemplate the divinity within us. Contemplate the divinity within us and our own innate God potential, because that's what we are. We are potentiality, 1,000% potentiality, walking around, creating, breaking down. Whatever we're doing, we're still that potentiality of God in its wholeness, completeness, and sacredness. So through the resurrection, Jesus demonstrated, in this story we know of Easter, Jesus demonstrated the life of God is changeless. The life of God is changeless and eternal. So therefore, each of us, as we recognize our divinity, recognize that is the life we are living, changeless and eternal. Changeless and eternal. The very basic essence of us is changeless and eternal, because that which created us out of itself created only itself. So it's time for us. It's that time of the year. I love this. It's a time of the year where we get to reassess the principle of life that makes all overcoming possible. There's a principle of life that makes all overcoming possible. We can overcome all the pain, all the disappointment, all the anger, whatever it is we would like to overcome, possible. There's a principle of life that makes it. Because what happens now is when we awaken and arise in our spiritual consciousness, and that we know what Jesus taught the whole time he was on earth. He taught that the kingdom of heaven is within us. And in that, anything and everything is possible. I don't recall ever hearing where Jesus said, I can heal this, but that's way beyond me. Never heard Jesus never read anything about Jesus having said, you are worthy, but you are not. No, anything and everything is possible when we know that what Jesus taught, that the kingdom of heaven is within us. We don't have to go to another location to reach it, to tap into our spiritual divinity. We have to recognize it, remember it, and experience it in expression. Not just knowing. Knowing doesn't do it for us. We have to know and live from our knowingness. We have to be resurrected up out of everything that has affected us in a negative way, resurrected up out of it by choice, because we know that the things that have kept us feeling less than or not not worthy of, are man-constructed. They are not part of the divine. So therefore, we can overcome. What we cannot overcome is our divinity. What we cannot overcome is our wholeness. For that's untouchable. That's what we are. That's what everyone is. So we have this idea of the resurrection of Jesus and this idea for ourselves of new life. And sometimes when we want to look at a new life, there's something we have to give up. You know, sometimes you have to give up. It would be like starting out life and keeping every single thing you had accumulated in your entire lifetime forever. Now, some people may do that, but I'm telling you, you're getting weighed down by unnecessary things. So in order to have a new life, we want to maybe give up the feelings of limitation, or give up the feelings of judgment or disbelief, or give up the idea that we have to hold someone else accountable for a mistake they've made years before. Sometimes we want to hope that if we just hold them accountable, they'll change. How about holding love in our heart, and that what'll happen there? We change. We change. We get resurrected up out of this pain and ugliness that we may have been stuck in at different times. And we get to live this full new life that comes to us. Because creativity is who and what we are. We are always creating. Because there's a power in the universe that is always responding to us and through us. And so everything that we're experiencing right now is the creativity that we are is moving us through. It's pressing on us to move through everything that we're experiencing right now. And if we're not moving through what we're experiencing, then we're holding on to it. We're holding on to it. It's like the story of the man who was on the roof who was in the flood. And somebody came by in a motorboat. No, I'm waiting for God to come and help me. God will hear my prayers. And then somebody comes by with a larger what was it? I don't know. Anyway, he keeps saying no to that which is right in front of him, to his good, because he's holding on. The point is not that he was saying no, but he was saying no because he was holding on and expecting something different. We have to open our eyes right here and right now in this moment to be able to look at what's in front of us. Look at what's in front of us and look at where we are at and where we can move, what we can move into, which is the divinity of God. So Spirit is always creating. Let us give the yes to why I should have it. What I desire to have, peace and joy and love and creative expression and friendships and a sense of purpose, saying yes to that instead of why me, why can't I have that? Let's say yes to it right here and right now. So Easter is about more than the fact that Jesus supposedly walked out of the tomb after 3 days. It's about the transformation of new life and how to live that life on a daily basis. If the story had ended with him coming out of the tomb, what would we have? A miracle for a particular time. No, what we have is this picture and this idea and this truth that we can all affirm God's love for us. That's what the story is about, is God's love for humanity. The gift of life to us. And the statement, Jesus made a statement. He said, we're all included. We're all included. No one left out. No one left out. So the message of Easter is about rising in transcendence. Let us rise up into that absolute magnificence that we are. But in order to rise up, we've got to let go of what's holding us down. So you do get to look at where you're at with your judgments and your fears and your things, and recognize that we rise in faith believing. That statement means that we inhabit and create from that field of unlimited potentiality when we recognize that the humanity that we are is not the totality of what we were created as. So when we recognize that we can transcend our fears, we can transcend anything that we have experienced. We can rise in faith believing. Rising up is a gift that we give ourselves and we give the universe. When we rise up, when we move that energy and that into that field of potentiality for good, we have gifted not only ourselves, but we have gifted all of mankind. And Jesus, just as Jesus was no longer tomb bound, we aren't either. We can rise up, we can transcend and release that hidden splendor within us. We can reveal that hidden splendor that Emma Curtis Hopkins talks about when you go to that higher consciousness, that reveal that hidden splendor that's within us. It doesn't matter what we have experienced in the past as far as that's creating our future and who we have to be unless we decide that. I love this quote by Judge Thomas Troward. And this man, I had so much difficulty reading because he writes 50 and 75 word sentences. So, be prepared. But here's what he says. My mind is a center of divine operation. The divine operation is always for expansion and fuller expression. And this means the production of something beyond. This is what we want to embody. This means the production of something beyond what has gone before, something entirely new, not included in the past experience, though proceeding out of it by an orderly sequence of growth. Let's just breathe that in. The future, today, does not have to follow a precedent set in the past. But out of that, because it's still part of our lives, it's part of the life we've lived, out of that can come something new, something that we would choose to experience, something that we can build on, something that we can share with the world as we're sharing our gifts. So we have the ability, this is so important for us to remember, is we have the ability to transcend previous experiences and rise above them. That's a power for good in the universe that we can use. It's the power of our mind. It's the power of faith. It's the power of trust. It's the power of love. So let's release the weight of our past limiting beliefs and judgments. And when we do so, it frees us up to live in our faith, to live in trust, and to live in our believing in the power greater than we are that works for us, through us, and as us. It frees us up. So we want to reveal this. This is what this time is about, revealing our true spirit, revealing the truth of what we are, revealing the power within us and the power that is everywhere present for us. Reveal this. And the only way we can reveal it is to practice it. Practice believing, practice accepting, practice saying yes to a greater good. Practice. My child would say, "You want me to pretend," when she was younger, "you want me to pretend I like that?" No, pretend you already have it. Believe it's already yours. If you want to call it pretend, do so. But if you can feel it, then you can reveal it too. If you can feel joy, you can reveal joy in your life. If you can feel peace, you can reveal peace in your interactions with others. You see, it works like that. When we claim it, name it, and claim it, we experience it. So let's claim this resurrection, this time, this beautiful time, this Easter, new life coming forth. Let's claim it as our experience in the way that we would choose to. And when the challenges show up, the real challenge certainly is for me. When I'm in a challenge, the real challenge for me is to remember God is my source. God is truth. God is always present. And God is always for me. Sometimes that's a challenge. And we have to remember that in truth, when we stand in truth, we are on limited channels for possibility. When I remember that, it's like taking the 40 years of past pain and letting it go, releasing it, not allowing that past pain, that past judgment, that past failure, or that past joy even to move me forward. I get to step into a resurrection of new life when I remember that God is source. So it's kind of like go to God first. Something comes up, go to God first. I was also speaking with my dear and beloved friend yesterday, and we were talking about a challenging situation we'd had years ago with the same person. And she reminded me, this person is just, the challenges we had with her, it was a call for love from her. A call from love. Because if there's only two things we experience, either an expression of love that we're giving or a call from love that we're receiving, what's there to do? Go to God. And it was so beautiful for her to remind me of that these experiences we'd had were a call for love, that it was also very easy to raise her and praise her in the name of love. It's been years, but we believe there's no time nor space in God. So I believe that this morning as we spoke of her, she received love from us. She received a blessing from us. And I believe that I'm always receiving blessings and love from others, whether I know them or not, or even if they intended for me to get it, I got it. I'm always blessed. I'm always loved. I'm always given something that I know not from where it came. So as we release our opinions and our judgments and our stuff that has held us, we get to look at that unholy trinity of blame, shame, and regret, and realize that's not spiritual. That's not a spiritual practice. It's not spiritual law. It's just simply something that we have not only picked up, it's been used on us, but some of us used it in the past very well. Blame, shame, that sort of thing. But how can we experience what Jesus taught about the kingdom of heaven within now, if it's buried in blame and one-upmanship or trying to prove something? How can we discover that? We can't. We're just looking at what we can do to experience this new life, this resurrection, this transformation that we're reminded of with this beautiful Easter time and Easter story. So we want to release the process of revealing. Release is the process of revealing what needs to be changed, what needs to be let go of, what needs to be gone. That's what release is about. Just either letting it go or let it settle down, whatever we need to do. And then when we've released all this stuff, it's like those 40 years of stuff that's been hanging around the back of me. I can rise up. We can rise up. We rise up because truth lifts us up. Truth lifts us up where we belong. We belong in the high consciousness. We belong in the kingdom of heaven. We belong in that place of goodness, grace, joy, love. And when we rise up, we will live above and beyond the precedent that has been set. That's why people can be stuck in something, whatever they're stuck in, for 10, 20, 40 years and still move out of it. Still move out of it. But you know what we've been told. At least I've heard this most of my life. People don't really change. That may be true. But here's what, their habits can change. They can reveal more of their divine self. We can experience a wonderful change in a person. But that old saying may be right. People don't change. And you know why I believe that? Because they don't need to change their God self. They just need to reveal it more. That's the opportunity they have. Not everyone takes it to the degree we would like to see it maybe. But the habits of people, the values of people, they can change. I truly believe that. So we can, to the outside world, become someone we haven't been before. And what we're actually doing is becoming more of who we've always been. Who we've always been. So rising up beyond our resentments and stories frees up this spiritual bandwidth so that we are connected, so that we are motivated into that with a freedom that we haven't had before, into that yet undreamed of creation we want to experience. We're freed up to do that. So we're selective. We want to be selective about whether we're listening to gossip or whether we're disliking someone or something and the judgments around it. We want to be really selective of how we're seduced into those things. We might want to get more information about something, but we want to be sure that we're not selecting to get more information so that we can take that hardcore, leave them out of the love circle stand. Because we can be so seduced by what we hear and what we see, and hijacked actually by social media. We can be just hijacked by that in the news outlets, and even sometimes within our own families we get hijacked into something. We want to remember we come from a high consciousness, that consciousness of life, the Christ consciousness, the consciousness of love, and we can move into that. We can, and should we choose to, resurrect ourselves into this transformation of I am a place where love resides. I am a place where peace resides. And I am a place where God is my source. That's what we can choose. Ernest Holmes said that we're a teaching and a practice, and if we want to rise up, if we want to release things, we have to practice doing that. And the only way we can that it will take place is if we do this on a consistent basis. Don't just practice it this week and forget about it. We want it to become a habit. Remember, it's not about developing something new. It, again, is about revealing and experiencing what we've always been, what we'll always be, to a greater degree. The Easter story is about awakening, rising up, and the transcendence from the tomb into the womb. You know, when we use another word for tomb, when we use the word womb, tomb is dark, airless, dank, sealed off. But womb, if we think about it as being in a womb where we're cared for, where there's warmth, safety, it's another way to bring ourselves forward into birthing into this new life. We can consider this new life a new story about self-love, about self-care, about greater expression. And here is a practice as we consider where we are in the moment. Just ask yourself, why not me? Rather than why me? Why not me? Whatever it is we're experiencing, why not me? Because when we say that, when we ask ourselves that, for me personally, it brings up this power, why not me? But the power is the power of love that resides within each one of us. And remember that love is the great healing power of the universe. It's the healing power of all that is. So we can reveal the truth and release the blocks and rise up, and we can do this over and over and over again. That is what we are here for. And we find peace not by rearranging the circumstances. We find love not by rearranging the circumstances of our lives, but by realizing who we are at the deepest level. Who we are at the deepest level. So we want to see peace in our world, and we want to experience love in our world. Let us recognize that it is within us now to be expressed onto our world. Let us know that. In The Gentle Art of Blessing, it's a beautiful book. It is written, there are no neutral thoughts. Every single thought is charged with a quality of energy. And when charged with love, every thought can contribute to the healing of the planet and the transformation of our world. That's why we're here, folks. We are here for the healing and transformation. We're all contributing to it. We all can contribute to it. And the contribution we can make is needed. We are part of this beautiful thing called life in 2020. We have today. We have this moment for sure. So what do we want to transcend, and what do we want to bring forth? So I'll ask you to join me in this prayer for a new arising for humanity. Not for humanity, but the prayer of gratitude for the arising of humanity. For the contribution of love to every single situation everything that's taking place right here and right now. We have the energy of love to give to it. And so I am grateful that we are contributing our love, which includes peace and compassion, kindness and generosity. I am so grateful that we are contributing our love to that mass of love that is moving and completely covering our world. I am grateful that we have strength to find truth, that we have strength to stand in truth and faith, and the power within to not only stand in faith and truth, but to contribute to that idea of a greater good, and to be part of creating that greater good. So in this time, this beautiful time of rising up, of releasing that which is unneeded, no longer need it, just let it go, releasing it, and revealing our spiritual center, revealing our God self, revealing our truth that it's all God. May we move forward with the power and the glory and the strength of life that is within us, the very breath of our body is God itself. So let us bless this day in gratitude and joy. And together we say, and so it is. Amen.
I see what you're going through. I know 'cause I feel it too. And I wrap myself around you, hold you close to my heart.
I see what you're going through. I know 'cause I feel it too. And I wrap myself around you, hold you close to my heart.
See what you're going through. I know 'cause I feel it too. And I wrap myself around you, hold you close to my heart. I see what you're going through. No, 'cause I feel it too. And I wrap myself around you, hold you close to my heart. I send you love, I send you peace, I send you blessings for the changes that we meet. I send you love, I send you peace, I send you blessings for the healing that we need.
You are a part of me, and I am a part of you, but we can't help feel each other deep in our souls. You are a part of me, I am a part of you. We can't help but feel each other deep in our souls.
I send you love, I send you peace, I send you blessings for the changes that we meet. I send you love, I send you peace, I send you blessings for the healing that we need. I send you love, I send you peace, I send you blessings for the changes that we meet. I send you love, I send you peace, I send you blessings for the healing that we need. I send you love, I send you peace. I send you blessings for the changes that we need. I send you love. I send you peace. I send you blessings for the healing that we need.
Thank you again for sharing your gift of love with us. Let's give him some more love. So we've come to that time in our service where we get to put into practice the law of circulation. For those of you who are here in the sanctuary, there is a basket on the back table. For those of you who are joining us online, if you go to our website, you can contribute there. So if you'd please join me in this prayer of spiritual giving and receiving. I live in a universe of abundance. As I freely and joyfully give, I join in the divine flow, and all that I share with life returns to me multiplied abundantly. Thank all of you who have joined us online this week. We love you and we bless you, and we hope you come back and join us again next.